Sector Wars, play Astro Blaster.
If you destroy my baby,
Intruder alert. The intruder must not escape.
Dragon's Lair, the fantasy adventure where you become a valiant knight.
you will be a torpedo.
Prepare to qualify.
Oh, warrior needs food badly.
Lead on, adventurer. Your quest awaits.
Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again. And this time we're going to look at a game called Off the Wall. And this is basically a game of racquetball with a net. And this was created by Bally Sente in 1984. And that's pretty much the game. You have I think a two-way joystick to move your player, and then you have a two-way trakball, and that will rotate your racket. And you basically just serve, or the opponent serves the ball over to the other player. And here are the rules, and real quick, let's look at them. A point is scored if a ball is hit into the net, if a ball is hit into a player, if the ball is hit 4 times without crossing the net, if the ball is hit into the floor without crossing the net, and if the ball bounces on the floor 2 times without crossing the net. And see that little white dot on top of the net? If you hit the ball on top of the net, if the ball lands on top of the net, it will start to grow. The net will. And it'll grow to a limited extra height. And once a point is scored, then the net goes back to its original size. That's something I didn't notice until I played the game for a while. Now some Bally Sente games have advertisements for missing children. As far as I can tell, this is not one of them. A lot of the music for a number of the Bally Sente games kind of wears thin after a while, and it gets annoying, if not annoying right off the bat. I guess Nolan Bushnell, one of the founders of Atari, or maybe the founder of Atari, who also founded Sente, is credited with the original concept of this game. And this game, it's not really my cup of tea. It looks terrible, and it seems like an awful idea for a game. It gets better as you play. You really need the arcade controls. See, you could see that with the trackball that the game gives you, you can really speed the swing of your racket up. And note that you can let the ball hit the ground. You can't let it hit the ground twice on your side of the net. Now there are 3 skill levels. There is novice, skilled, and pro. And we'll go ahead and get started here with novice. You use the trackball to move between novice, skilled, and pro skill levels, and you move with the joystick to select it. And we'll get started here. There, I got a point. Even with novice, the game can be a little bit of a challenge, especially if you don't have the proper controls. One thing that is in your advantage on both novice and skilled levels is there is a sweet spot for serving. And if you hit the ball at just the right point, you can get a point every time. It will get past your opponent every time. There is no time limit. Whoever reaches 11 points first wins. And I believe that was the concept of PONG, back in 1972. First one to 11 points wins, and that's the same here. So this is sort of a tribute to PONG. It's just about as exciting. Whoops. But yeah, you see that you can let the ball bounce once. You can't let it hit you. That'll give the opponent a point. I never saw this game. I would have definitely not been interested in trying it. Like I said, it gets better as you play, but it's still kind of lame, I think. I think I saw most of the Bally Sente games back in the day, but I don't recall coming across this. But yeah, if you can learn to time your serve, you can get a point every time on novice and skilled difficulties. Pro, it won't work anymore. The opponent will back way up to the wall and be able to get to the ball in time and keep it from hitting them. Well, I've almost got 11. Damn it. It's those low serves over the net that I can't seem to stop. There we go. And that's all that ever happens. Once you get 11 points, it's game over. You guy does a little lame celebration with horribly grating music. That is off the wall. We'll take a brief look at the skilled, only to show you that the opponent is a little more nimble and brighter in knowing or tracking the ball. You can play two-player simultaneous play, of course. I'm just playing against the computer here. And I'll just speed up to me beating the skilled level. No matter which one, the ending is always the same. You get the same lame celebration and it's game over. We'll skip forward to a quick look at Pro, just to show you that sweet spot serve trick doesn't work on this. See, that was just right, but nope, he tracks it. Well, that was off the wall, kind of a lame game, created by Bally Sente in 1984, and the title makes me think of a Michael Jackson song of the same name. But that was Off the Wall by Bally Sente in 1984. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned a little something about this game that maybe you didn't know before. And also, hope you had a happy 4th of July, everybody. I had a good one. I met somebody that I had come across on a chat board online and found out that they lived close to me. Have a good one, everybody, and I'll see you with my next video. Bye-bye, folks.